what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is, I know what it is. We both know I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, y'all, so we are going to get into the next panel, which is Young and Reckless. They really weren't talking about nothing on neither of the panels for real like that. I don't know what it is with Dollhouse or with Young and Reckless. The panels and the episodes are starting to really go down for me. In the beginning of the live, they end up saying like, oh, you know, this episode was boring. I think the only thing that was boring about this episode was Caribbean. Her two scenes were the boring parts of this episode because they dragged her opinion about her not fighting out so hard. And my thing was, to this day still, she wasn't on the panel. I said, well, what's the purpose of her continuously being like, I ain't gonna fight, you know, I didn't fight nobody, but never being on the panel. To this day, they've had 1,001 panels and she's never been on one. And most of the episode was about her. So I was trying to figure out why she wasn't up there talking her talk on the panel. I don't know. Anyways, now they did talk about Hennessy and her going back and telling, well, Legacy going back and telling Hennessy about the lock and the sock and Zaniyah. I'm over that. I don't care. We know Kennedy not gonna do nothing. We know she's scared. We know Sock can't fight. We know she's scary. It is what it is. Simple. Is what it is. My thing is this: lock, sock, whatever. Why y'all ain't trying to fight Zaniyah? What's the purpose of y'all trying to fight Legacy when we should be locking, socking Zaniyah for going back and telling what y'all did? That's the only person I feel like y'all should be locking, socking, hip-hoppering, okay, is Zaniyah, not Legacy. I think y'all picking and choosing when it comes to, well, Kennedy is picking and choosing when it comes to Legacy instead of fighting Zaniyah, who was right there and the person telling what y'all had did. We move on to a topic that I thought was way more interesting was the whole Jules and Amber situation. And as y'all know, Zaniyah jumped in it, basically telling Amber that, you know, you're not loyal and you're fake and everything else. Just basically calling her out for not being a good friend. I wholeheartedly agree. My thing was, y'all know I've been saying this from day one as soon as Jules came in the house. I said, you shouldn't have came in there trying to stand on business for nobody. You shouldn't have tried to stand on business for Amber when Amber was in that room hiding the whole time as you were down there fighting. I feel as though it's 50-50 Amber fault, but no. I'm not even going to blame Amber. I'm not even going to blame Amber. I'm going to blame Jules. This is all Jules' fault. Because my thing is, regardless of how you met Amber, regardless from the town that y'all at, whatever, Amber barely was on there about herself. So why would Julian come in and be on there about somebody who's barely on there about herself? Her eye got messed up and all of a sudden she stopped participating that whole day. And instead of you peeping game and being like, okay, she ain't participating none, she ain't coming out of the room to watch me fight or nothing, you should have sat back and been pretty. You up there checking Snow Blue when Snow Blue had the right attitude to not go in there and make Amber business her business or make Amber's beef her beef, because it was like, she's in the room. She's locked herself in the room, scared, not trying to fight. What do I then look like going out my way trying to fight for somebody who don't want to fight for themselves? I said, clock it. I said, I know that's right. I know that's real. So once again, I put the blame all on Jules. Jules set herself up for failure because right now she could have been kicking it with the girls, having a much better time if she would have came in and just been like, well, you know, let me enjoy myself, let me have a good time. Instead of her pressing everybody behind Amber, She could have been around here having a good time, shots, taking shots out people's bodies, having a blast in a glass until somebody said something out the way to her. Then she could have fallen. But no, Jules didn't want to do that. Jules wanted to go in, Superman, got a blast, trying to help Amber. And Amber is just now talking. What, y'all on the third day now? And she's just now talking, just now saying something. And when she is saying something, she's saying, oh, I told Kayla not to fight you no more. Like, I had your back when she never had your back. She didn't have your back. She know that she didn't have your back this whole time. So, again, I still blame it on Jules. And honestly, Jules has definitely taken the background ever since she got the fight and ever since she got them marks done up on her by Kayla. She has taken the background. Now you are truly sitting with your homegirl. Your homegirl has an eye and you have an eye. And now both of y'all are sitting down, background characters, when you were supposed to come in here and enjoy the show. I definitely think that Jules should have made better decisions for herself. Amber up here hollering about some peace, love, and happiness, how Black and Latino women need to sit together. Girl, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Save it for somebody who cares. Shut up. Mind you, Amber only got on the panel one time, and that was the first episode. One time, and everybody was giving her props for being like, okay, what's up? She get on there talking something, I'm 27. Like, I wanted to show a different light. At the auditions, they were fighting. Were you trying to show a different light when you got to fight at the auditions? No. You came in the house being like, okay, what's up? I'm on there, whatever. You were on that. But all of a sudden now, when your eye gets black, you want to show a different light. Girl, get out of here. Shut up, loser. Boo, tomato, tomato. I'm not with it at all. Jules, in my opinion, like I said before, should have made better choices on who she wanted to ride with. And then we know in the next episode, Kayla still cracks her. Like, what was the point, Sway? A disappointment. We then move on to Zaniyah's opinion of Ferrari. And Ferrari is another one who rarely comes on the panels. But Zaniyah ends up basically saying that Ferrari be putting herself in predicaments, when it comes to certain situations and be wondering why she gets checked or she get hit or whatever the case is. As y'all know, Zaniyah was snitching on her roommates, basically just saying that, they was down for whatever and that they was supposedly, allegedly going to jump Kayla and Hennessy back with her or whatever. So Ferrari, when Kennedy was going off, Kennedy ends up saying, like, Ferrari was in the room. Ferrari said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't put me in it. Which, to an extent, y'all know Ferrari don't like being put in nothing because she's used to her cast baptizing her. This season, she has did really good as far as not having the cast baptize her so far. So with that, she wants to keep it like that. And Kennedy trying to go off on Ferrari. You don't get no respect from me for trying to go off on Ferrari because where is that energy with Lauren? Get Lauren. Fight Lauren. Lauren is right there. Do you see her? She's right there. Get Lauren. Stop saying something to Ferrari. And Nugs, I just feel like Nugs and a couple other girls had Ferrari's back on the panel, basically just saying, like, she the host. That's her job. Her job is to stir the pot. Like, it is what it is. And Zaniyah thought, her word was law, which it's not. And she's like, no, she continues to put herself in those positions, and that's why, people want to hit her or whatever. But they're like, no, she's the host. That's her job. Her job is to stir the pot. Her job is not to involve herself in the situation, but her job is to stir the pot. My thing is this. It could be going both ways because, again, as y'all know, Ferrari wanted Kayla to be her security for Young and Reckless Season 3, and Kayla wasn't going for security positions after Ferrari allowed Zaniyah to have her chain on, after they got the fight or whatever, or after they jumped Zaniyah or whatever. She wasn't fooling with Ferrari after that. So I do think, it's ups and downs in this hosting position, and Ferrari do be messy and put her hand in the pot, but again, like Nugs and I think Lauren said, that's her job. Her job is to keep the storylines going. Her job is to, provoke y'all to do more. Do I necessarily think that she should get beat up for it? Not for real. Especially not right now. And especially not in this particular situation. Because Kennedy was over there playing like she was about to cry, saying she never agreed to that. And again, her energy was on Legacy and Ferrari, people that she know really can't fight like that, than Zaniyah, the person who told these girls that, you were the issue. So, yeah, that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Bye.